Hi there, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of a brand new season of Voltalk. My name is Jonathan Tackett. I'm your brand new host. I'm going to be your host between hosts this semester because we're doing things just a little bit different. First off, we're going to kick the show off with Vanessa Rodriguez and her special guest segment. Vanessa?
Welcome back to Featured Guests. I'm your host, Vanessa Rodriguez, and today joining me is Hunter Jones, our Student Services Director of SGA. How are you, Hunter?
I'm fantastic. Happy to be here.
Thank you. So, let's start all the way from the beginning. Why did you want to join student government?
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. So I'm a senior here at the University of Tennessee, and I actually didn't get involved with student government until last February when we decided to run for office. I've been involved with several other areas of campus, but student government was just something I hadn't done in my previous time here at the university. But had a lot of other leadership positions and represented other areas of campus, but knew that going into my senior year that I kind of wanted to do something more, and so that's when I joined up with Morgan and Michael and got started on this journey that's been just phenomenal.
Well, that's amazing, and that's kind of different, right? People usually start SGA when they're like freshmen, right?
Yeah, it all depends. For Morgan and Michael, they've been in SGA for a little bit longer, but I think it's what makes us such a great team is the fact that we have such a unique and wide range of experience. Okay,
and how has your experience been so far this semester?
It's been better than I could have ever imagined. Quite honestly, it's been a wild ride, and just in the first few weeks of the semester, but it's been phenomenal.
And during the campaign for SGA last year, Morgan, Mickey, and Hunter ran on 5 pillars. Mm-hmm. One of them was promoting campus unity, but we all know with the political climate going on, not only around the country, but also on campuses, how is SGA promoting campus unity?
Yeah, so for us, for Morgan, Michael, and myself, as well as the rest of SGA, we're trying to set a precedence of we want the University of Tennessee to be welcoming to all students. We want it to be inclusive to all, and for every student to feel like they have a home at the University of Tennessee in whatever way that they want that to be. So through different initiatives in promoting diversity and inclusion, through different initiatives within, for example, my branch of the Student Services branch, of just promoting awareness for the different aspects of campus and the different student constituencies on campus, mm-hmm. promoting just the differences among us, but those differences are not a bad thing. It's what make us stronger. And so in everything that we do, we take an outlook to each of our initiatives, to each of the actions that we take as a student government executive team, that we want to ensure that we are thinking about that inclusion and thinking about the entire student perspective.
And how has the feedback been so far with the campus unity?
It's been going very well. We feel like it's been going well, but we can always do better. Mm-hmm. We can never stop, and we can never not have that at the forefront of our minds in everything that we do.
Okay. Switching gears on another pillar, before the semester started, SGA saved students about $300,000 with the open educational resources. Can you explain more about how this was done?
Yeah, so open educational resources are also known as OERs. It's essentially, it's free textbooks for students. And so just a kind of a brief synopsis is the library has a contract to where there are certain books that they're able to get for free to provide to students. That professors can use. And so what it is we're pushing an initiative working alongside the Faculty Senate to promote open educational resources and these free textbooks in order for students to actually be able to use them, or for professors to use them, so that students are not having to pay for books. And so that $300,000, for example, came from one professor deciding to use open educational resources in their class. And that number can be very broad, like that $300,000, or it can be a little bit smaller depending on the size of class. But SGA, we've actually set out an initiative to do a $1 million initiative for OERs to try to raise that to where we hit $1 million in basically student savings.
And that's by the end of this year?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. That would help a lot of students.
Oh, yeah.
What other issues would you like resolved this upcoming school year?
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that we're working on to really, like you said, one thing is promoting campus unity, bringing the student body together, bringing awareness for others on campus. But also, one specific thing that we're really excited about is I know the alcohol policy task force and a potential change in the alcohol policy. That's something that SGA has been working on for a long time, actually, for several years now. And we're finally at the point of where we can have that conversation and discuss that. There's several other things that we're working on that anything from really our main goals are accessibility for students, promoting resources for students, and saving money for students. And so those are really the three big things that we want to hit as far as overarching topics. And we're working on several different smaller initiatives that go into those that you'll be seeing, and we'll be updating people throughout the year.
And what programs that you've installed this year? It's only been a couple weeks, but would you like to see in the next school year, like the new administration?
Yeah, so one of those things that I mentioned was the alcohol policy, and having potential change in that would be phenomenal because it's something that the students have really been talking about for a while. So that's just one thing. Another thing that we're looking at is broadening how student organizations can receive, I guess you could say, receive funding in a way to where we can ensure that students are getting the money that they need as far as from a student organization standpoint to help them be successful and to get what they want out of their organization, and how the university can help to aid in that. Some other things we're working on and had conversations with is reduced Uber fares for students, and then also working on community service to pay for a parking ticket, are just a few things.
Can you explain a little bit more about the parking ticket?
Yeah. So essentially, at some other schools, we've seen that students can actually use X number of community service hours to pay for up to one parking ticket a semester. And so that's something we would love to bring as a resource for the student body here, because I mean, we've all got at least one parking ticket.
Yeah.
I've got several. But either way, it would be great that if you say park somewhere and got stuck and couldn't get back out to, say, a 30-minute area and got a ticket at the 45th minute. Giving kind of a forgiveness there on that first incident would be great for students, because, I mean, we all know how the parking tickets work, and it's not the most fun thing. And so hopefully by creating kind of an incentive for students to do community service, as well as they get something in return for that.
And before I let you go, can you explain how students can get in contact with SGA if they want to get involved or if they have any concerns?
Yeah. So in all that, you can go to our website at sga.utk.edu. You can also follow us at any of our social media accounts, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. UTK SGA will bring them up. And if you have any concerns, feel free to voice them on there, or you can shoot myself an email at sga3 or sga3@utk.edu, excuse me, or as well as our president Morgan Hartgrove is SGA1 and Michael's SGA2. So we love to hear from the students. We always love it. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Hunter, for coming on. And I'm Vanessa Rodriguez, and this has been Featured Guest.